Hello everybody, welcome to my Arrowverse seasons ranked from worst to best video. Like the title says, we're going to be ranking all 20 Arrowverse seasons. So, starting with number 20 is Arrow Season 4. Not a good season. A terrible, terrible season. Let's start with the villain. Damien Dark. He was a good villain, but he didn't fit Arrow. Nothing in this season really fit the tone of Arrow. The flashbacks were too, magical. That magic aspect didn't fit Arrow. Same with the current timeline of this season wasn't good. Nothing about this season was good. That's all I have to say. Number 19, Supergirl Season 1. A very forgettable season. What I can remember is it was not good. I remember it was pretty bad. Bad acting. Just bad stories. Bad villains, Non and Astra. I remember they were super boring, super forgettable. And overall, just not a good season. Number 18 is Supergirl Season 2. Let's see when it switches. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Yeah, number 18, just like Supergirl Season 1. A very forgettable season. The best part about this season, I'd say, is Superman, which is sad because he was only in a few episodes. But surprisingly, he was a pretty good villain. Also, Mon-El was decent in the season at least. What else was good about this season? The villain definitely was not good. Rhea was forgettable, boring, bad villain, bad acting, just like Supergirl Season 1. Number 17, we have Legends Season 4. Such a disappointing season. Seasons 2 and 3 were very, very good. But then they came back into Season 4, and worse season yet. Charlie and Mona and Gary were terrible. Neuron turned out to be terrible. Constantine was good, but that's basically it. And they shipped Nate and Zari, which wasn't that good. Overall, just not a good season at all. Season 1 of Legends was a little bit better. Still not good. The villain was Vandal Savage. Terrible acting. Not terrible. Bad acting. Bad character. Bad writing. Same with the Hawks. They were probably the worst characters in the Arrowverse so far. The saving graces of the season were Captain Cold and Rip Hunter. Fortunately, they killed off Captain Cold. Everything else about this season, pretty bad. Number 15, the first decent season on this list, which comes as a shock because most people don't like The Flash Season 4. I do. The villain, Clifford DeVoe, aka The Thinker, was actually a pretty good villain. I liked him and his wife, and his wife leaving him. He had a kind of a sad backstory when he was super unhealthy and all that. I didn't like the body swapping, obviously. And Iris taking lead of the team was terrible. Overall, just a pretty decent season. 14 is Arrow Season 7. I love the prison storyline, with Diaz being the villain for that. But it just got worse after that. Emiko Queen, I did not like her at all. She's the worst villain Arrow's seen, at least for the main villains. Overall, not much to say about the back half of the season, just that it was bad, it was disappointing, and I hate to put this season lower, but I just didn't like it as much. Supergirl Season 3, it was the best season of Supergirl so far, before Season 4, obviously. Rain was actually a really good villain. I liked Samantha, I liked her daughter, Ruby, I think. Overall, just a pretty good season. The end wasn't as good with the World Killers and all that. Mon-El was good again. Win, unfortunately, left at the end. But overall, a pretty good season. Arrow Season 3. I like the season more than most people. I don't like Felicity. It's Felicity Oliver, obviously. That was a terrible part of the season. Ra's al Ghul was a boring villain. He wasn't necessarily bad or good. The League of Assassins also not bad or good, just boring. Overall, just middle of the road season for me. More leaning towards the bad. But next we got Flash Season 3. Let's start with the villain, Savitar. He was a pretty good villain, to say the least. Until they unmasked him. I mean, I liked Grant Gustin as a villain. I liked Evil Barry. That was a pretty cool storyline. Just the fact that it was so confusing, nothing made sense, the timeline didn't make sense at all. That wasn't good. Julian and HR were good additions to the show. Overall, the season was pretty good until, convoluted background. Season 4 of Supergirl, multiple villains. I liked the Lex Luthor storyline. I liked the Agent Liberty storyline. I liked Manchester Black a lot. Just common Supergirl issues, bad acting, kind of bad writing. It's the best season of Supergirl, though, I'd say. And that comes down to the villains, probably. They save the seasons, especially Lex Luthor. Number 9, Arrow Season 6. I actually like this season a lot more than most people. Caden James is a really good villain. I liked him. Ricardo Diaz was a really good villain. I liked him a lot. But the two Team Arrows I did not like. Diggle, pouting about not being the Green Arrow, I didn't like. So there's ups and downs for this season, but I liked it a lot more than most people. So I'd say it's a good season. Number 8 is The Flash Season 5. Nora, let's talk about her first. She was good, then she became kind of irritating, and then she became not a good character by the end. Cicadas, not good. They started off kind of intriguing, they got bad, and then they got worse. Reverse Flash storyline, probably the best thing about this season. Well, it is the best thing. It redeems this season, bringing it up to the number 8 spot. Number 7 is Legend Season 3. Talk about Mollis. He was a really intriguing villain, probably one of the most intriguing villains in the Arrowverse, just because, well, he's not a comic book villain, and I was just really interested to see what they were doing with him. He's the highlight of this season, I think, along with, like, Wally West is coming in, and every episode basically was really good. Just a really good season. Not the best of Legends. Flash Season 2. When I was doing this, when I was thinking about where these seasons would be put, I thought that Season 2 of The Flash would go way higher. Actually, it's stuck at number 6. But it is a really, really good season. I really enjoyed Zoom. I really enjoyed the Jay Garrick storyline. Basically everything about the season. Harry coming in was awesome. The multiverse getting introduced, that was awesome. Just a really good season. Same with Legends Season 2. The Legion of Doom, probably the best, it is the best main villains of Legends of Tomorrow. Damien Dark, Malcolm Merlin, Reverse Flash, it just fit this season so well, and I really liked how they incorporated Black Flash into it. I liked the JLA, but they were kind of a waste. I like the new characters, Amari and Nate, and all of them. Just overall, a really good season. Arrow Season 1. The beginning of the Arrowverse, the beginning of Arrow, I just had to put it in the top 5. It's so good. Dark Archer as the main villain was awesome. I love Tommy Merlin. I'm really excited for him to come back for the end of Arrow, for Arrow Season 8. Theo was kind of annoying, same with Laurel at times, but it wasn't that bad. And Felicity was tolerable at the beginning. I really enjoyed that season and this season. Arrow Season 2 is one of the best of the Arrowverse. Deathstroke is one of the best villains. I'd probably say maybe my second best, or second favorite villain. Roy Harper was awesome in this season, became Arsenal. I think it was in this season he became Arsenal. Just everything about this season, the stories, every episode was really good. The characters, the villains, the relationships, the breakdown of Oliver and Slade's friendship, everything. Arrow Season 5, I didn't think I would like the new recruits, but they grew on me. That's probably the big thing about this season is the new recruits. I loved. The flashbacks in this season, I forgot to mention them in the previous seasons, but they were decent. Prometheus, though, was the huge thing of this season. Probably the best villain of Arrow, maybe. And the ending was really, 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 really good. Flash Season 1. My favorite season of the Arrowverse. They had the best season-long storyline. Had the best villain. Reverse Flash is without a doubt my favorite Arrowverse villain. And it houses my favorite Arrowverse episode ever, Out of Time, Season 1, Episode 15. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out. It's such a good season. Every episode has something good in it. The beginning was a little bit slow,